I'm going to be honest with you. I don't freaking meditate anymore, especially not in the morning. I also don't journal. When I do write, you could say journal. I write on like a piece of paper, a notebook. It's always about ideas. It's never about my like. It's never framed in a way of like today I felt this or my mind is telling me this. What does this mean? It's never framed in like a you narrative. I don't, dude. First off, let's just talk about this. Meditation overrated, journaling way overrated. Okay, all this overrated. Guys are like struggling to be at peace with themselves, to have some, confidence. Journaling is not going to give that to you. Meditation is not going to give that to you. And I definitely recommend that you do not do these things first thing in the morning. First off, that's a terrible way to start your morning. You just were in bed for 8 hours. The least thing last thing your body wants to do is just sit for longer. You need to get moving. Go for a walk. I asked the guys in the group, hundreds of guys, what's the best morning routine? Journaling, meditation, non-existent. Okay? You need to start moving. You also don't need to read first thing in the morning. Go for a walk, get some sun, hydrate, get to work. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? So, it's terrible because, just for the morning aspect, a lot of us are trying to get more routined, right? You're trying to get more like locked into a routine. And when you deviate from this routine, you feel kind of bad, like you ruin your day. That's a bunch of bullshit. Whoever is telling you this, don't believe them. They're just doing it because it sells, right? It gets you hooked on this routine that they provide for you. You can deviate from the routine, all right? Listen, meditation in the morning, journaling, dumb. Don't do it. You need to get moving. And the more routine that you introduce into your life, the less flow that you will actually feel in your life. You're trying to optimize your routine for what? You're trying to be disciplined for what? Flow is actually a feeling. You ever been in flow? Hopefully you have. You probably were when you played Call of Duty. When I used to play Call of Duty, dude, get on there with the Cleveland boys that we had in our high school. We just run like, what was it, 6v6 team deathmatch. I would get in flow, right? UAV, airstrike, helicopter. I think I'm the best. Yeah, video games provide flow. People love flow. We will literally like seek out flow in our lives. People do drugs just to feel flow. You ever been out at a night out, you've been talking to all the girls. Eventually, in the beginning, you were kind of nervous. But eventually, you just started maneuvering. The wit started coming to you. You just felt like alive. That's flow, man. That's flow. That's why people drink alcohol. It gets you an instant flow, right? You get over the barriers. You don't want more routine in your life because routine is not what you need for flow. You actually need something that pushes you. You need a little bit of chaos. Too much certainty and you're bored. And a lot of us are bored, right? Too much chaos, you experience overwhelming anxiety, which is crippling to the point where you can't perform. Not even anxiety, just, I'm not going to go to the rock climbing gym right now and climb the black rocks. Those are the hardest. I would get like one rock up and fall. So I got to start lower. I got to do something that challenges me, but not too easy, right? Not the lowest because that's just too easy. It's boring. I want to leave. So instead of trying to optimize for your routine all the time, get like one or two things. Go for a walk in the morning and then have some work that you can actually focus on doing and go from there. It's really that simple. But all of this trying to like read and write in your journal and meditate and go within, that ain't doing shit for you, dude. The way that you gain self-confidence, the way that you get to know yourself is by seeing what you are capable of. That's it. That is how you do it. You see how you impact other people. You see how they treat you. You see what your creativity creates, right? What that inspiration side of you creates, how it impacts the world. You see how you're developing in your skills, the results, the consequences of your actions, not by journaling, meditation, and reading in the morning. These things that you're not even moving your freaking body. There's way too much emphasis put on this, and I think it's confusing a lot of guys because they think they need to be doing all of these different things. It's not true, dude. It's not true. Not at all. you know, just don't buy it. Don't believe it. You are the call right now, the struggle right now is to find something that you can do that is going to move the needle forward. That's what the struggle is for the modern man. Find one thing that you can do that's going to push the needle forward. Once you do that and you can focus on that one thing, you're winning. A lot of the discipline that you see touted in the world today by your favorite YouTubers, by, the Goggins, the Jockos, it's all like cosmetic. Okay, it's cosmetic. A lot of the fitness YouTubers, it's all cosmetic, dude. Why do you want to get sub 10 body fat? Why do you want to learn all about nutrition? Why do you want to have an overwhelming amount of knowledge in your head? Most of the times, it's cosmetic. What do I mean by that? Everyone's trying to build a brand. So like if you have a good body, you can post it on social media, right? If you have a bunch of books, you can post those. If you know a bunch of shit, you can post that. It's more like you think you need this because you want to, you have this idea in your head that you're trying to build a brand. You're trying to get known. You're trying to acquire fame. All that's BS, dude. Most of you guys don't want to be some influencer. You don't want to actually be a YouTuber. It sounds good in theory. You've been sold a lie, all right? A lot of you guys think you've been sold on being an entrepreneur. You've been sold that you want to be an actor or a famous writer, that you want to do all these things. You want to go huge, right? You want to go freaking huge. But I'm telling you, that's not how you go huge, by daydreaming. Daydreaming is the enemy of fulfilling your real dreams. I mean that. You daydream about doing something big. That's not how it's done. I can just speak from experience. The way that I got to where I am today with YouTube, with the group, I made one video. I focused on making one video. I didn't daydream about starting a group and having a YouTube channel and making videos. No, it's just one day I just got the idea, I'm going to make a video. I didn't think anything of it. I sat down in front of the camera. I was nervous. The video's out there. It's called In the Beginning There Was Thumos. Just made the freaking video, put it out there. Boom. Once I did that, the cup was empty. Now there's room for more inspiration. Made another video. Eventually decided, I want to start a group because I also want to create a brotherhood within my life. So step by step, piece by piece, that comes together. Now we have a strong brotherhood, right? I have goals for the future. I want to do this in real life. I want to host a meetup. So there, step by step, find the Airbnb, see who wants to come, collect the payments so we can pay for the Airbnb. Boom. Now we're at a meetup. Now we've already had several meetups everywhere in the U.S., all across the U.S., guys in Europe having meetups, Australians having meetups. It's crazy. I would have never thought about this. This didn't come by daydreaming. It came by doing one thing, doing what's in front of me. The biggest time when I was distracted, when I thought I had to do everything. And I would beat myself up for not meditating, not journaling, not following NoFap, not doing this, not working out here, not doing martial art. All of this is irrelevant. You don't need to train a martial art right now. If you got schoolwork that needs to be done and you don't have time to do the martial art, you don't need to hit the gym 6 times a week. If there's something more important that you're doing, if you're making a bunch of money and you got a demanding job, or maybe you got a demanding study that you're trying to master, right? That is more important. That takes precedent over all of this other things that you think you should be doing. Don't just be disciplined, dude. You're not going to be successful just being disciplined. You need to be disciplined enough to do 1 or 2 things that actually push the needle forward. And that's it. That's really it. So the perfect morning routine is a bunch of bullshit, doing all these things. It's really just go for a walk, get hydrated, and then do what you need to do. There's a very sagacious individual in our group. I wish you could talk to him. He's like a polylinguist. His name's Isaac. Very smart guy. I like talking to him. I think you should talk to him. He's in our group. And he said this the other day. We were having a topic about what's a theory or an idea you've been thinking about recently. And his was that most people will never achieve something in their life because they're unable to focus on what's in front of them. Think about how true this is. Most people can't focus on what's in front of them. They want to do a bunch of different things, right? They have these ideas, they're daydream. But, you know, a lot of times these guys don't even want to freaking get a job. A lot of the times this is all happening from their parents' basement. Like, get a freaking job, dude. That's how your confidence will go up. A lot of you guys struggle with mental health. I'm in a dark place. You know, listen, I understand, brother. Like, I get it. But I'm telling you, you're not going to think yourself out of that. You're not going to journal yourself out of that place. You're not going to meditate yourself out of that place. You might be clear for like 5 minutes, but then life requires that you do something to get out of this situation. And a lot of times, your mental health will clear right up if you just freaking get a job. Because a lot of you guys don't have any resources. It's keeping you at home. It's impacting how you feel talking to girls. Like, you can't even take a girl to the movies or some cheap date. Like, you know, you got to get a freaking job. And again, it's hard to quantify exactly what opportunities working will provide you. You'll meet a ton of people. You'll sharpen up your skills. Those will translate. And say you do want to be an influencer or whatever you want, like, you'll have more content to make after you get out in the field. That way you can relay the information from the field that you've collected and you can bring it to an audience, right? There was this guy recently, and I'm not hating on him. He's got about 800 subscribers, and he like, in his community tab, he said, "Elisha, can you shout me out? I'm trying to get 1,000 subs." I'm not going to do it, dude, because you don't need 1,000 subs. What's 1,000 subs going to do for you? Because you're focused on the wrong thing. You're focused on numbers. What you should do right now is focus on the one individual. You should build 1,000. It's better to have 1,000 people that really like love your shit, that will buy your book when it comes out, that will support you, that will, you know, watch your stuff, than have 1 million people that just subscribe because they saw one video because you said something funny or, you know, it was entertaining. It's better to have 1,000 people. And I want him to build that 1,000 people. And I want you to focus on the people that are commenting. In the beginning, dude, I was responding to everyone, building relationships, building this trust. I'm just a guy talking in front of a camera. I'm honored that someone would watch me. I'm not someone special because I turn on a freaking camera. You know, like, you're no better than your audience, dude. So, like, if people are going to listen to what you have to say, listen to what they have to say and communicate with them. That's how you build a real, like, friendship. That's how you build a brotherhood. So I'm just telling you guys, like, it's so important that you focus on one thing, one or two things, and not focus on everything. Okay? That's big these days. So that's really it, man. That's it, guys. I mean, listen, we're blessed to be a freaking live. I would take every single day with a bit of gratitude, you know? How do you express that gratitude too? You know, express it. It's beautiful outside right now. I've been going for walks every day. My posture feels better. My joints feel better. Just feel healthier. Leaning down a bit. Feels great. Express your gratitude by living. That's what you got to do. All right? And, dude, you get out, you find who you are by interacting with others. A lot of times, too, when you're young, just a side note with the journaling, you're young. A lot of your ideas are dumb, okay? And your mind may be frantic. It calms down later on in life, okay? You kind of like become your own friend. I could be alone and just be fine, okay? I'm my own friend. I accept myself. I'm not trying to be perfect, all right? You got to do that. Like, just accept yourself. Don't, and then let it go. Like, live your life. But a lot of stuff you're getting your focus on is just dumb. And you don't want to be too rigid when you're young, because other people come along, maybe tell you you're dumb. And you got to accept that. That ain't bullying. You're actually being dumb. And you don't know that you're being dumb, right? So, like, you have to be humble. And there's other guys that know more than you. So be willing to learn. That's all. That's all. Have a blessed day, man. Let's get it. Hi, Thumos. Peace.